a mother first at the end of the day.
It was nauseating to learn that a police officer would kill a pregnant woman and her unborn child. We need to know what really happened to Miss Young and her unborn child.
The family of a young pregnant woman shot and killed by Blendon Township police outside of a Kroger also speaking out tonight. Police say that an officer fired one shot at Takaya Young when she sped at an officer after being confronted about suspected shoplifting. Young and her unborn baby died. Her family and attorney talking about what happened for the first time, and Tom Bosco was there. Tom joining us live from the site of the Kroger in Blendon Township tonight to see when they're expecting to see the body cam video. Do we have an update on that tonight, Tom?
Yes, we absolutely do. The body camera video, according to a Blendon Township police spokesperson, is supposed to be released to the public on Friday, but the family says that video should have been revealed much sooner than that. And the other thing they want is the name of the officer who shot and killed the woman released as well.
It just was tragic, and it shouldn't have never, ever, ever happened.
Takaya Young's grandmother calls the 21-year-old a fireball and the light of the family. And she says what happened at this Kroger last week is a tragedy. Police, already here to help a stranded motorist, were alerted to a shoplifter. Witnesses pointed out Takaya Young, saying she had stolen liquor. Police say when she got into her car, she put it in gear and drove toward officers after they ordered her more than a dozen times to stop. One officer fired one shot, killing the pregnant woman. None of it sits right with family.
Blendon Township got to talk, got to fess up to what's going on, because it was just wrong.
He's a murderer. We deserve to know who we are living amongst.
Tamala Payne is the mother of Casey Goodson, shot and killed by a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy. He now faces trial. She and family are demanding the name of the officer who shot Young be released. In the past few months, Columbus police and other agencies have cited Marcy's law, which protects crime victims' identities as a justification for not revealing the names of officers involved in police shootings, claiming that the officers are victims of crime. Civil rights attorney Sean Walton says police already have plenty of protection.
They have qualified immunity. They have the FOP. They have union representation. They have legal representation. They have all these rights spelled out. And to use Marcy's law as a police department, to use that law and to weaponize that law against the actual crime victims is heartless.
Blendon Township police say they will release body camera video Friday of the Kroger incident, but Walton does not expect anything that will exonerate police.
Absolutely not. I think if there was any justification in that video, we would have saw the video before Friday.
The death of Takaya Young didn't need to happen.
You just lost a mother to two children. You lost a daughter, you lost a sister, a cousin, a friend, all for, again, some alleged petty crime.
Despite being ordered to get out of the car more than a dozen times, she refused to do so. The woman put the car in gear and accelerated forward. The officer, who was directly in the path of the oncoming car, fired one shot through the front windshield.
At the end of the day, she should be worst case scenario in a jail cell, but instead she's dead. That's unjustifiable regardless, because she did not have her due process.
If you have nothing to hide, show yourself. That's how I feel. Reveal your name, show yourself.
In my opinion, killing a 21-year-old pregnant mother, regardless of what you thought or felt or fear that you might have felt, it's not justified.
Video should have been released earlier this week. It was not released earlier in this week. We want the body cameras, we want the Kroger video, we want the little dash cam video, we want all the video.
As long as we don't stand up and fight back and demand change, there's going to be more Donovan Lewis's, there's going to be more Takaya Young's.
Attention 29-3705 Managua, 3705. A female is hallucinating. Too much of a loss for attend.
Out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car.
7 back in service, 1828.
Get out of the car. Then get out. No, then get out.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Get out of
Car. Get out of the car! Judge, your shots fired. Shots fired! Stop the car! Stop! Stop! Car!
We're gonna have a 34 on. Call now. He's gonna be at. At 10 to 29, 3705 Managua, 3705.
What's that?
Female is hallucinating. Much of a loss for attempts.
Hey, stop. Hey, out of the car. 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 They said you stole stuff, do not leave. Get out of the car. Then get out. No, then get out. Get out of the car. 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 Shots fired.
It was hard to watch, right? There's no getting around that. It is very, very difficult to watch.
Fraternal Order of Police Executive Vice President Brian Steele called this video heartbreaking, but said we need to evaluate the entire incident.
The fact is, Miss Young ignored repeated lawful orders to get out of the car. She was told more than 10 times to get out of the car.
Since the shooting, we have not been able to talk on camera to Blendon Township's police chief, John Belford. But we did stop by the station this afternoon.
Checking to see if Chief Belford's around at all for us to speak with him.
I was told he was not available for an interview.
With that department releasing redacted, edited video with the Blendon Township police chief never really talking to us person to person like you are, where does that transparency come into play here?
So I can tell you there's nobody that calls for transparency more than Fraternal Order of Police. The day after that incident, I called for that video to be released. I made that clear. I think I spoke to some of you. I said, release that video. I understand Columbus has a policy usually within 24 hours. Be honest, it's a little easier in Columbus. You have a full team. Blendon Township is a smaller department. I'm assuming it takes a little more time.
We were also sent video analysis from former Delaware County Sheriff Russ Martin. Once again, we were not able to ask questions of the retired sheriff about his analysis.
Get out of the car!
I asked Steele if he thought the Blendon Township officer was justified.
Based on my training and experience from what I saw in that video, I believe it was, I understand why it could be justified.
Now, this incident has been handed over to the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, which is protocol in a case like this. Ohio BCI tells us they have all of the body camera footage as well as surveillance and witness video from last Thursday.
Takaya Young's family leaves the Blendon Township Police Department just 7 minutes after arriving to view the edited police body camera video of the deadly police shooting that claimed Takaya and her unborn child's life. Family not speaking to the media, but their attorney telling us she saw no reason for the officer to pull his weapon.
I didn't see justification. I saw a young woman get killed. We're going to work through the legal process and how that plays out. But in that video, I didn't see any exoneration for the police officer.
As family members were viewing the body camera video, customers at the Sunbury Kroger where the deadly shooting happened being turned away, told the store temporarily closed. Even before the video was released Friday morning, the group Justice, Unity, and Social Transformation protesting Thursday night in front of the Blendon Township Police Department, calling for more than just body camera video to be released.
We want the body cameras, we want the Kroger video, we want the little dash cam video, we want all the video. Too many times these police officers release just snippets of the video.
It was horrific. It saddened me that occurred.
NAACP President Nana Watson demanded the body camera video be released days ago, and now questioning why the Blendon police chief is not talking publicly.
I'm very disappointed that the chief of police has said nothing, and that's problematic, and it's disgusting.
And that added pressure of being pregnant, I can't even begin to imagine what she was thinking at that time. But it's not until that second police officer stepped in front of that car did that situation then turn into a tragedy. Those babies' last words are, Are you going to shoot me?
Other community members also speaking out.
They get to hide their name and not face the community. These families get no justice, no accountability, and they can't even sue because of qualified immunity.
6 weeks in Columbus, we have had 4 deaths, and nobody talks about it. It should never take something to go national for us to come together as one, put our boots on the ground, and stand 10 toes down. Speaking specifically about Takaya, I don't care what she did prior to that moment. It was not worth her life.
The family, joined by their attorneys, speaking out for the first time since the release of police body camera footage of her death. Young was the mother of 2 small children and expecting a baby as well.
My family and other families who have also lost loved ones to police in this city deserves to see swift, measurable change. And we will not give up until we see that change.
The family and their attorneys are calling for the officer who was involved to be fired from the force and charged in connection with the shooting.
She was the funniest being I know.
God will.
All throughout high school, we were Stick of Steves. She loved her kids, she loved her family, she was the light.
She just was the life of the party. You know, when she stepped into the room, you knew she was there.
She's nice and loud, you know what I mean? She liked loud colors, so we did this in the name of her. So yeah, that's really where the pink come from. She had pink hair, you know what I mean? She done had pink everything before, you know what I mean? She even liked pink strawberry cake, so it go all the way down. Ooh, man, yeah.
Takaya Young's family and friends shedding tears, but also celebrating the young mom's life, making plans to continue keeping her memory alive.
We all just gonna sit around and reminisce, talk about all the incredible times we had with her, because we know we're not gonna have them no more.
Takaya was a mom to 2 young boys, and she was pregnant when she died. Her family telling me her kids were her life.
She definitely did whatever she needed to do for her kids.
Takaya took care of her kids. She made sure her kids were fed. She made sure her kids had a roof over her head. Bottom line.
Takaya's childhood friend hoping people remember her for what she says was the positive energy Takaya radiated, and not just for the body camera video that captured the final moments of her life.
She was a soul that was very bright and light. I want people to understand that people make mistakes and people are in different types of stages in their life, and no one deserves to be judged or faulted.
Now, as for where this case stands, the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is handling it, which is protocol in a situation like this. The Blendon Township Police Department has not officially released the name of the officer that was involved in this, citing Marcy's law protecting him. But the Young family has continued to call for that officer to be fired.
In this surveillance video from inside the Kroger on Sunbury Road, you can see 21-year-old Takaya Young walking into the store's liquor section. After walking through the aisles and looking at the shelves, she takes a bag out of her purse. Then the video shows Young putting 5 bottles of alcohol in one bag. She picks up the store basket, takes a few steps down the aisle, and puts a bottle in the basket. Not long after, these 2 women walk in, police still working to identify them. You can see Young take 3 bottles out of the store's basket, putting them in her bag. She later makes her way to the register. The 2 other women appear to take alcohol as well. The trio eventually walks out together. While there's no audio, you can see the store theft alarm blink as they walk by. Then the video shows Young and the 2 women walk through the store and out the exit. Switching to Kroger's outdoor cameras in the top right of your screen, you can see the 3 walk out. Young walks towards a black car parked in a handicap spot. The other 2 women walk in the opposite direction. An employee can be seen running out of the store, alerting officers of the potential theft and pointing out Young. The two officers approach her in the car. The Blendon chief says they ask Young to get out of the car. Then you can see the car move forward, the deadly shot fired, and her car continues to move toward the store.
We cannot focus on this petty theft inside the store and, use that to justify this unjustifiable killing.
Looking at this newly released surveillance footage from Kroger, Takaya Young's family attorney, Sean Walton, says the 21-year-old mother should still be alive.
Well, this video changes nothing whatsoever. What it shows is there was no robbery that took place. There was no weapon presented. There was no need to respond with such deadly force. He made the decision to shoot to kill in that scenario, and it's frustrating, but this family deserves justice.
In a statement released with the video, Police Chief John Belford says Young, quote, assaulted the officers with her car. He also added, quote, we recognize that these videos will create more discussion and even anger by people who have passionate feelings for or against the officers' actions, but we're simply complying with our promise of transparency.
At the funeral, Takaya's daughter was in her embrace on her chest as she lied there, and it just brings to life the fact that there were two lives taken here, not just one.
Say her name.
As Takaya Young's family members and friends mark 1 month without her, there's pain.
It's like a big hole in our life because she's not there.
As one of Young's sons draws for her, the family sees Young in him.
Oh yes, a lot of her ways, because I helped raise her, and they got a lot. The oldest one's like she was when she was about that age. A lot of her ways.
And they say they see her light shining through them.
Bright shining light, big smiles, the goofiness that she had.
We can't be out here resting. There is still a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old that need us. And they need us to move together.
Because I think it's important that we all stand in unity and solidarity.
Tamala Payne says she knows the need for support. Former Franklin County Deputy Jason Meade faces charges in the 2020 shooting death of her son, Casey Goodson Jr.
Hugging Takaya's grandmother, you feel the pain. We're not transferring love, we're transferring pain. We all lean on each other.
When the tears come just out of nowhere, they understand where that nowhere is. That it's just that hurt that you can't understand, you can't explain. We lost a real beautiful life, and we really, really miss her. And she was a shining light in our family. It's brokenhearted. We're broken right now, and it's going to be a while before the healing even starts.
2 months without Takaya Young. All the months that follow, Young's grandmother says she'll continue to fight for justice.
She's like, go, Granny, go, Granny, go. I know that, and I'm going.
A Blendon Township police officer shot and killed Young in August outside the Kroger on Sunbury Road. The department has not released the name of the officer who shot her.
Here we are 2 months from the death of Takaya Young, and we still don't know officially the name of the officer from Blendon Township that took her life.
Blendon Township police continue to cite Marcy's law as the reason behind not sharing the officer's name. The law is meant to protect crime victims. The police chief says the officer's a victim because Young, quote, assaulted him with her car.
Marcy's law is not being used by police departments in the way that voters intended, and it's frustrating because it's shielding important information from the public.
But Brian Steele with the police union tells me officers deserve the protection.
Marcy law is about the spirit of equity and equality, and I don't think you discriminate against a police officer solely because of the badge he wears.
Young's case isn't the first time we've reported on police departments citing Marcy's law as reason for not naming officers in shootings. 2 other recent cases, a shootout on I-70, an officer shot and a suspect shot and killed by police. And on October 4th, officers responded to a call in the Hilltop related to mental health. Police say an officer shot a suspect after he hit the officer. Do you think Marcy's law creates a lack of transparency for police departments?
Not at all. An officer has just as many rights now under Marcy's law as anybody else.
These families deserve to know who killed their child, full stop, in the active duty.
It leaves them in limbo, and it's unfair. I mean, we all deserve to know, not just Takaya's family, but the entire public.
Officer Connor Grubb turned himself in after being indicted on murder, felonious assault, and involuntary manslaughter charges. This is the first time in 355 days his name is being publicly shared.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Shots fired. Stop the car.
That's the body cam showing the other officer ordering Young out of her car while Grubb stood in front of it. Young asked them if they were going to shoot her. She then begins driving the car toward Grubb, who then fires a single bullet through her windshield, hitting her in the chest. Police give her medical attention, but she later died, and her unborn child does not survive.
I'm just glad he's indicted. I thank God for that. I really do. I've been waiting almost a whole year for this.
Nadine Young, Takaya Young's grandmother, emotional following news of the 10-count indictment against Blendon Township Officer Connor Grubb, including 4 charges of murder in connection with the death of Young and her unborn child. Nadine Young telling us she plans to be front and center when Grubb appears in court.
Can you look him in the eye?
Oh yes, I want to. I want him to see my eyes and see my heart and see what I feel and see if he even got a heart.
The case was handled by the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office, which issued a statement. While it is concerning that an officer sworn to uphold the law has been indicted for homicide charges, no one is above the law. Grubb's attorney, Mark Collins, says the suspended officer will plead not guilty to all charges. With the grand jury process being under the dominion and control of the special prosecutors, we fully anticipated this outcome. However, the evidence will show that our client's actions were justified. Blendon Township immediately moved to suspend Grubb, but Sean Walton, attorney for the Young family, called for his immediate firing. And both he and Nadine Young say Grubb deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison.
In no scenario does somebody shoplifting contribute at all to their murder by a police officer who was investigating.
They also pushed back against the claim Grubb had no choice other than to shoot because Takaya Young was using her car as a weapon.
He put himself in harm's way. He shot her in the heart and killed her.
Let's talk about the fact that Connor Grubb pulled his gun out to begin with. Because when he pulled that gun out, when I say comply or die, that's what that looks like. He pulled his gun out and he said, get out the car. That's not proper policing in America. It does not respect the constitutional rights of Americans in this country.
A grand jury's indictment is merely the first step in the legal process, and Officer Grubb is presumed innocent like anyone charged with a crime. Since this tragedy occurred, our goal has been to be as transparent and open as we can with the community. Because we requested an outside investigation, Blendon Township played no role in the investigation, and we continue to believe that you deserve to know as much information as we can provide.
The FOP has said Grubb was also a victim in this case. Video shows Young starting to drive her car toward him before he shot. In a statement to our team, FOP President Brian Steele says while prosecutors are free to present evidence they deem fit, their discretion can sometimes be misused, leading to politically motivated indictments. I asked Steele to clarify that. Over the phone, he told me this was politically motivated based on the fact that they brought in a special prosecutor from Montgomery County. I brought this to our law expert who gave us perspectives on both sides.
So I can understand his politically motivated claim that an outside prosecutor is making this decision who really has no involvement with the case once it goes further into litigation. It's not unusual to bring outside prosecutors in who have no connection with local law enforcement, and then if the case doesn't get indicted, then there wouldn't be a claim that they were self-dealing.
Sure. So 2 people, as a result of his carelessness, are dead.
Nearly 1 year after Takaya Young and her unborn baby were shot and killed, Blendon Township Officer Connor Grubb has been charged with murder. Our legal expert, attorney Doug Funkhauser, weighing in.
It's extremely rare for a police officer to get charged with murder. We have police officers that get charged with a variety of crimes, but murder is very rare.
Since last August, Nana Watson of the NAACP has been calling for the firing of Grubb, saying there were ways he could have de-escalated the situation.
But could he have stopped this? Could he have de-escalated this? Because it appears to us, we know that it was escalated.
The FOP says they're disappointed in the indictment. Union President Brian Steele telling me over the phone Tuesday he felt it was a political move bringing in the outside prosecutor from Montgomery County. I asked our law expert about this.
The only thing that I don't like about that is if you bring in an outside prosecutor who has no connection to the community, they have no skin in the game, they can indict a case that shouldn't be indicted because they're not going to be there theoretically to try the case. They don't have to deal with any of the blowback down the road if the case doesn't go well.
What comes next in this case? I asked both the NAACP and our legal expert their predictions.
When we look at cases where there's been officers shooting, killings, whatever term we choose to use, it seems that they always get off.
I would be very, very surprised if they got a murder conviction. They're probably more likely to get some sort of manslaughter conviction, which is where the majority of these cases end up.
Ain't nobody apologized for the murder of my granddaughter and her baby. And it's like what he did was right, and it was nothing right about it, period. I'm hurt. I'm hurt that what they just did was wrong, because they just letting him walk out the jail.
Through video conference, Connor Grubb appears in court, only saying one word when his attorneys asked him if he wanted to enter a not guilty plea.
Yes.
A judge setting his bond at $250,000.
I'm not surprised. I mean, we saw this amount with Jason Meade. It is frustrating because it seems like there are two separate systems of justice for police officers and regular citizens.
We spoke to Grubb's attorney for the first time Wednesday, getting insight into what's been going through the Blendon Township officer's mind over the last 24 hours.
Very frustrated that the indictment came through.
Attorney Mark Collins says he believes Grubb's use of force was justified, telling us this body camera video is evidence of that.
There is no doubt that there's contact. There's no doubt that his feet, half of his body was up on top of the car, and she posed a threat to him at that point in time. And it's not about the petty theft. The petty theft has nothing to do with this. The crime at hand is a felonious assault on an officer with a motor vehicle.
We asked Special Prosecutor Richard Glennon about what he sees in this body camera video.
Petty shoplifting is not a death sentence. A person has to present a threat of serious physical harm in order for an officer to use deadly force. The video is out there, and the only person who ever presented a threat of serious physical harm was the defendant, and that's why he stands accused today.
The attorney tells us they anticipate a trial for this case to happen next year.
Ever since Nadine Young lost her granddaughter to Kaya Young, colors have a new significance.
I got the gold balloons because she's golden to me, the purple because she's royalty, period. I mean, she means a whole lot.
And she has her hair blue now, like Takaya's. It's been a year since Blendon Township police officer Connor Grubb shot and killed Takaya Young after she was accused of stealing from a liquor store. 365 days of the feeling of loss for those closest to her.
It was an emotional roller coaster, period.
And family grieving the loss of what was to come with Takaya being pregnant when she died.
We lost two people at one time, and we were really anxiously waiting for that baby to come. She was ready for that little girl.
Friends gathering and continuing to move on. This being the first time of bringing the community together to honor Takaya since Grubb's indictment on murder charges a week and a half ago.
We have that sense of accountability on the horizon, and it's a little bit easier for the family to, go back to honoring her life, thinking about who she was and not having to think about fighting, but just thinking about her love again.
Grubb is now out on a $250,000 bond.
There's no number you can put on her life. There is so much promise on her and her daughter's life.
Takaya's two sons now live with her grandmother, a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. Through all of this, one of her boys recently talked about what he wants to be when he grows up.
One son said he's going to be a police officer. He's going to be the best one he can, and he's not going to hurt people like the man that hurt his mom.
The Blendon Township Board of Trustees voted this week to change the employment status of Officer Connor Grubb from paid to unpaid administrative leave. It comes after the recent failure of the police levy.
The family of Takaya Young is suing Kroger and the police officer charged with shooting and killing her for wrongful death. Young was shot in a Kroger parking lot off Sunbury Road 2 years ago. Blendon Township police officers had confronted her for stealing liquor from that store. Body camera video shows Young start to drive when she hits Officer Connor Grubb as he stood in front of her car. Grubb then opened fire. Both Young and her unborn child were killed. That lawsuit claims that Officer Grubb was reckless in his actions. Kroger and a Kroger employee are also being sued for claims that they escalated that situation. As for Grubb, he is facing several charges, including murder and involuntary manslaughter. His trial is set to start on November 3rd.